little bit more, you know, on the wavelength of what I've been doing like over the last 5 years, if not more, right, with using the butterfly hook to assist my guillotine. Okay, so let's say I go for this guillotine, and as I go to sit, right, so I'm here, and I go to sit, I'm looking to get this elbow over, right, but he starts lifting his hips up, right, and I have to make a transition of my foot to the inside of his hip, okay? So I was here, right, trying to get this choke, but as he starts lifting his hips, I'm switching to here. Notice how my foot drops down to the mat, and then I'm going to use the foot that's on the mat to crunch. Right? I have to do that crunch forward. Now I can sweep, and as I sweep, guys, my hand that's on the chin is once again going to transition to my belly, and the other hand is going to go out up high on the mat. I don't want it to be like down low where he can use his underhook. I'm going to bring it up high on the mat, and then I'm just going to free my legs if I can help it, step over to the mount, and then again, look how I start doing that side bend, that crunch over to that side, and then I start sprawling out on that side, lifting up on that blade once again. Okay, my hand is on my belly. Okay. Some people might be laughing if I've done this to you. Sorry, if I've done this to you before. I do this. I like this one a lot, and I have a very high rate of success with this one, and it works really good out of this position, using just like the same chin strap into the belly grip. Okay, good for gi, no gi, or whatever. Right, so I snap him down. Right, I'm looking to guillotine, and also too, don't get too wrapped up in like having to have the high elbow guillotine. Sometimes it's like you're going for the head and arm guillotine, and I go to sit back, and I go to finish. He lifts his hips. Look at how I switch my foot from being over the top to hooking the inside, and then you will see me sometimes like if he's really heavy, right? I'll move myself out to the side, and that allows me to crunch onto his head. Squeeze him over, right? And now I can start working my way back. And even if I get caught up in the half guard, this happens to you guys, I make sure that my hand gets covered and I sprawl back. Now I free my knee, and I can still finish even from the half guard. All I do, guys, I still sprawl, and then I bring up that blade into the neck. I'm driving down on this knee, sprawling out on this side, making it to where like he can't get underneath this hip. That's his way out, is getting underneath this hip. No, not really. I think sometimes trapping the hand too will allow them maybe a little window of freedom, right? If they can get both their arms underneath. But for the most part, from my perfect field, I'll just do it from right here. When I sit to this guillotine, okay, I'm here, and whether I'm doing high elbow guillotine and he starts lifting up, right? So I'm trying to go from, let's go back. I'm trying to go from like here to him bringing his butt up in the air so he can escape to a hook, right? And then I'm looking to sweep, right? And then follow to the top. If it's the arm in, and I'm here, and I go for the leg over, right? And start lifting the hip. Look at all, crunch. Be patient here. Look, you guys can just trap their leg. Now look at, I'll bring my arm out over the top and start hiding my hand that's on the chest. Okay, and then from right here, guys, this is where I start getting into a hand fight with it, right? Because as long as he can't lift up on this side, I can be patient. You follow me, right? If you guys never heard the name, there's a guy, Mike Perez, he's a young guy. He coined a term that really stuck with me. He calls it riding the guillotine. Using the guillotine to follow to the next position, riding whatever wave he's trying to throw at you, and taking it to, if I gotta go from bottom, I'll choke you from bottom, give me your hips again, I'll sweep you. If you defend the mount, I'm gonna try to finish it from the mount. If you transition your arm inside, I'm gonna switch to a darts. Right? All the things that I can do from that head control. And a lot of times it's just a matter of guillotine to sweep, sweep to guillotine, guillotine to sweep, sweep to guillotine, and it's just back and forth. So play with that concept a little bit, guys. Have the person on top, like they're defending it by lifting their hips up, and a lot of times, like if you can't get your arm over the top, you have to like roll out of the guillotine, you give up the top position, And that's when we can capitalize, is catching them when they're trying to lift their hips up, sweeping them, and then finishing guillotine from the mount. One arm guillotine. It's not a two-arm guillotine, right? So watch this one more time. Make sure you guys are paying attention to that transition. My hand has to go up top to post, right? That's kind of my lifeline, my connection to the mat, because I'm putting all my energy into sprawling and pushing my body to be able to finish this guillotine. This hand is really the only thing that's keeping me connected and strung to the earth, right? So when I get to this guillotine position and I drop back, right? I might even be here, however you guys are working this. Foot comes in, I sweep, I step over, look at how my hand goes to the mat. Find the hand positioning, start sprawling back, sprawling back, sprawling back. Right, I get my hand heavy. Right, and I finish this guillotine from the mount, guys. It's always gonna be a side bend and then a lifting of the blade. It's never gonna be here. Let's not get like through 53 minutes of class without getting neck injuries just to get some in the last few minutes. Well, this is the one where people could get hurt the most just by lifting on their head. So make sure you guys are hitting that side bend, trying to connect your elbow to your body, lifting up on that blade, and I promise that space around their neck is gonna enclose and they're gonna tap to a clean choke. Cool? Okay, let's go.